Day 11, working on a video game system every single day until my backlog is gone. It's an Atari 2600. I started working on this Atari literally months ago, probably over a year ago, honestly. Originally came in with like no signs of life. It would power on, kind of make some sounds. Now it has video, but there's no actual audio. So let's try to fix that. Now I've already replaced the capacitors because someone I know makes Atari 2600 capacitor kits available on my website. So I have my own Atari here that I disassembled and it is working. So I was about to troubleshoot this a whole lot more, but I noticed one little thing. If you look at the capacitor here stock, our little dimple is over here. And on the capacitor I installed, the little dimple is over here. And those little arrows are pointing towards the positive. When I worked on this Atari like over a year ago, it was the first time I had ever put an axial capacitor in. And it looks like I put it in backwards. If the problem after all this time was me, I pulled the old one and tested it and it was no longer good, so I threw a new one in. Dang it. All right. No change. So I swapped these chips. My system's still working great. This system still doing the same thing. Maybe it's in the RF box. So I was getting ready to compare the two Ataris. I just wanted to make sure that I had the same game and that this game worked. And this didn't have any sound. And this is my good Atari. And then I realized I had switched out these chips. So that does tell me, I don't know how I missed it yesterday, that this chip is in fact bad. So we have some mail from Best Electronics. Which, if you've ever worked on more than 3 Ataris, you probably know who that is. Because Best Electronics was voted Best Atari Supporting Company. Now you know. What did I get though? A new TIA, and I also got a new chip for the RF because I'm kind of leaning that maybe that's the problem, and I was making an order anyway, so I figured you might as well just buy one and then pay for the shipping one. Anyways, let's do it. So we have our old one out and our new one in. Am I going to test this now? No, because we already know a new TIA isn't going to fix the problem. There's something else wrong. But now I can compare this to the other Atari and see where the differences lie. So I have my oscilloscope. This is going to give me kind of waveforms, so I'll be able to test the non-working one with the working one. If there's a difference in the waves, I'll find the problem. But I kind of noticed something when I was setting this all up. The oscilloscope, my multimeter, and this desktop power supply, which I'm utilizing because I only have one power adapter, was all gifted to me by Luke from Retro 6, like when I started my repair journey. And so without him, I don't think I'd be doing this repair right now. So thanks, dude. So these capacitors are a common fail point. However, both of them are showing that there's audio, which is a good sign. That means that the system is making audio, it's just not putting it out. So I gotta find out why. So I tested and compared everything right up to these pins on the RF box. Everything is the exact same. There's a good chance I'm doing it wrong and missing something or just have the wrong calibration, but I can't find anything else. My last Hail Mary, I tried swapping out the RF boxes and the original one that worked is still working and this one still doesn't work. So I have no idea. I don't know.